Before we begin, I want to say something from the heart. This may not be a long video, but inside it, you'll find insights that could make a real difference in how your legs feel, how your joints move, and how you walk through the years ahead. If you're someone who values gentle, lasting ways to care for your body, please don't skip ahead. Even one small idea might be just what your body's been waiting for. And if you find this helpful, give it a like, leave a comment to share your thoughts, and subscribe to Healthy Senior Care TV. It helps more than you know, and it lets us keep creating videos made just for you. Now let's begin and take a step towards stronger legs, steadier joints, and a more confident you. Have you noticed it's getting harder to climb stairs lately? That your knees creak when you bend down? Or that your legs feel tired after just a short walk? Maybe you've shrugged it off, thinking, well, that's just age. And yes, getting older does bring changes. But what if some of that heaviness in your legs, that stiffness in your joints, wasn't just age knocking at your door, but a quiet cry from your body, asking for something it's missing, something it once had in abundance, but slowly lost, little by little, year after year? You see, the little things, like kneeling to tie your shoes, standing up from a low chair, or reaching for something on the top shelf, they don't feel so little anymore. What used to be easy now takes effort, and that effort shows in the way we walk, in the way we move, in the way we pause just a second longer before standing up. It can feel frustrating, even discouraging at times, to want to do more, but feel held back by your own body. But here's a gentle truth. You are not broken. Your body is not giving up on you. It may just be running low on something essential. Warm broth slowly simmered on the stove. The skin on a chicken wing your mother never threw away. The soft gun in a beef stew. Or the jiggly gelatin in a homemade dessert. Because healing doesn't always start in a doctor's office. Sometimes it starts in your kitchen, with a warm bowl, a humble ingredient, and the quiet belief that you still have the power to nourish yourself from the inside out. Here's a quiet truth about growing older, one that many of us don't talk about out loud. It's not just the gray hairs, or the reading glasses, or the slower mornings. It's the way our legs feel, not quite as strong, not quite as steady. The way our knees seem to whisper, or sometimes shout, "Careful now. Don't push too hard. Take it slow." Some mornings, it starts as a dull ache in the back of the knees. Other days, it's a stiffness in the ankles, or a feeling of tired heaviness in the thighs, even when we haven't walked far at all. These aren't just signs of getting older. They are messages from joints that have carried us for decades, from cartilage that once felt like soft pillows between our bones, but now feels thin, worn, and frayed. You see, collagen, that quiet, tireless protein inside us, is what keeps our joints moving smoothly. It cushions, it connects. It's the reason a child can run, jump, fall, and get back up without a single creak. But as we age, that collagen slowly fades. After the age of 25, our bodies begin to produce less and less. By the time we reach our 60s or 70s, the levels are just a shadow of what they used to be. And when collagen is low, our joints begin to feel it first. The knees, those workhorses of our body, take the brunt of it. Without enough cushion, every movement becomes a little harder, a little rougher, sometimes even painful. Then come the hips, the ankles, the lower back, even the shoulders and wrists. And soon, the everyday activities we once did without a second thought become quiet challenges. And soon, the everyday activities we once did without a second thought become quiet challenges. But lately, he only walks to the corner and back, not because he doesn't want to, but because his knees start to burn halfway down the street. They swell after longer walks. Sometimes they even give out without warning. So he rests more, sits longer, and with each week that passes, he loses just a little more strength in his legs, a little more confidence. Then there's Mrs. Taylor. She's 68, used to love gardening, kneeling beside her flowers, digging with her hands in the soil. But now she avoids getting down on her knees. She says the pain is sharp, like something scraping inside. So she's stopped gardening, not because her spirit isn't willing, but because her joints have set boundaries. And you know what? These stories are more common than we think. You might hear a neighbor mention it casually, a friend who no longer wants to go for walks. We all adjust. We all find ways to work around the pain. But deep down, we know something's changed. When our joints hurt, most of us reach for painkillers, or maybe calcium, or glucosamine, or we rub in creams and hope for relief. But very few stop to ask, what does my body actually need to rebuild? Painkillers numb the pain, but they don't rebuild cartilage. They don't replace lost collagen. They don't make joints more flexible or bones stronger. The truth is, our bodies can heal, but only if we give them the right tools. Not just supplements or shortcuts, but building blocks, like the ones found in natural, time-honored foods. It's not just about pain. It's about quality of life, about independence, about being able to stand up without wincing, walk down the street without fear of falling, hold your grandchild, tend your garden, climb those stairs, without your joints whispering, no. And once we understand why these changes happen, we can start doing something about them, gently, naturally, from the inside out. In the next part, we'll explore something surprising, a turning point, a new way to think about joint health that goes far beyond pain relief and back to something ancient, comforting, and delicious. Shall we continue? There comes a moment, somewhere along the journey of growing older, when we stop looking for quick fixes and start listening more deeply to our own body. It doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers, a slight twinge in the knee, a bit more effort climbing stairs, the need to sit down sooner than we used to. But behind those whispers is a powerful message. Help me rebuild. We live in a world full of instant because they don't restore what's been lost. The real change comes not from masking the symptoms, but from understanding the cause. Many of the aches we feel, the stiffness in our joints, the weakness in our legs, are not just from overuse or old age. They're often the result of something missing, the raw materials your body needs to repair itself. You see, our joints are living tissue. They break down and rebuild constantly, even in our 60s, 70s, and beyond. And collagen is one of the most essential. It's not magic, it's biology, the kind your body already knows how to do if you give it the right support. This realization is a turning point because it shifts the question from, how do I stop the pain, to, how do I help my body heal? It's like tending to an old wooden house. You can keep painting over the cracks. And here's the beautiful part. The materials your body needs are not far away. They come from the kitchen, from soups and stews, from soft textures and slow cooking. But science is finally catching up. Food can be healing. When you simmer bones for hours, you're drawing out gelatin and collagen. But science is finally catching up. Food can be healing. When you simmer bones for hours, you're drawing out gelatin and collagen. Healing doesn't always start with prescriptions. It can begin with a shift in awareness, with a new respect for what food can do, for our knees, our hips, our hands, for our independence. And here's the gentle truth. It's not too late. Whether you're 60, 70, or beyond, your body is still listening, still responding, still capable of change. You may not wake up tomorrow running upstairs, but over time, with consistent nourishment, you may feel more steady, less afraid of falling, more confident taking that extra step. That is not a miracle. That is your body finally being heard. This isn't about going on a diet. It's about coming home to the kind of food that helps you move, live, and feel whole again. Let's take a walk. Not just through your kitchen, but through time. Back to the kind of meals that simmered for hours, that filled the house with warmth, that soothed not just your stomach, but your bones. You see, before there were capsules and supplements, there was soup, there was stew, there was real food, prepared slowly, with care. And among those humble dishes were hidden treasures, rich in collagen. Gentle on digestion, powerful for your joints. Let's rediscover 8 of them together. 1. Bone broth. Let's begin with the most ancient remedy of all, a pot on the stove. Bones, water, a splash of vinegar, and thyme. Bone broth is not just soup, it's liquid gold for your joints. When bones simmer low and slow, they release gelatin, which your body can turn into collagen. It's warm, easy to sip, and full of glycine and proline, nutrients that help rebuild cartilage. Perfect for stiff knees, for achy hips, for tired ankles. Just a cup a day can do more than you think. You don't need to make it fancy. Just bones from a chicken, a beef shank, or even leftover soup bones from the butcher. Let it cook, and let it comfort you. Chicken skin, and fish skin too. Now many people were told to throw this part away. Too fatty, they said. But the truth is, chicken skin is one of nature's richest sources of collagen. Crispy or soft, roasted or boiled, it gives your body the raw materials to repair and protect your joints. Fish skin too, especially from small fatty fish like sardines or mackerel, is gentle on the stomach and rich in marine collagen. So next time you roast a chicken or steam a whole fish, let the skin stay. Your knees may thank you. 3. Beef tendons, pork hocks, or gain, soft connective cuts. In some cultures, these are delicacies. In others, they're overlooked. But ask any elder who grew up on stew, and they'll tell you, gain, tendons, hocks, these were prized. When cooked properly, they become soft, almost gelatinous. And that's the magic. They're full of the same kind of connective tissue your own joints are made of. Stewed with ginger, slow cooked with carrots. These cuts aren't just delicious. They're nourishment for every joint that creaks when you move. 4. Egg whites, small, simple, often overlooked, but egg whites are packed with proline, one of the key amino acids your body needs to make collagen. They're easy to add to your diet, on a bowl of soup, a veggie omelet, or even stirred into a morning smoothie. And unlike some foods, they're nearly pure protein. No fat, no fuss. If your joints are stiff in the morning, start your day with the building blocks they've been craving. 5. Small whole fish, sardines, anchovies, smelt. These little fish are eaten bones and all, which means you're getting not just protein, but calcium, phosphorus, and collagen too. They're also rich in omega-3s, which help soothe inflammation in swollen joints. You can enjoy them grilled, in tomato sauce, or even straight from a tin. They're affordable, shelf-stable, and full of goodness. Sometimes, the smallest fish bring the biggest benefits. 6. Soft tofu or fermented soy, natto, tempeh. Now, these don't contain collagen directly, but they do something just as important. They encourage your body to make more of its own. Fermented soy is rich in genistein, a plant compound that signals your body to boost collagen production. It also helps keep bones strong and skin elastic. And for those who eat less meat, this is a gentle, plant-based ally. If natto is too strong for your taste, try soft tofu in soup or a stir-fry. The effect is slower, but it's steady. 7. Seaweed jelly or aloe vera gel. Have you ever eaten that jiggly dessert made from agar or canton, or tasted the cool softness of fresh aloe? These plant-based gels may not contain collagen, but they help your connective tissue stay moist, elastic, and resilient. They're rich in polysaccharides, natural compounds that support joint hydration and repair. In the summer, a small bowl of chilled aloe or seaweed jelly can be both soothing and healing. And the texture? It's kind to teeth and kind to joints. 8. Fruits rich in vitamin C, guava, berries, citrus. Vitamin C is the stitching needle in your body's collagen factory. Without it, collagen can't form properly. no matter how much protein you eat. Guava, strawberries, oranges, even tiny acerola cherries, they're all packed with this vital vitamin. Air a citrus fruit with your bone broth. Add some berries to your egg white breakfast, or just enjoy a juicy orange after dinner. It's not about eating more, it's about eating smart. You don't have to eat all these foods at once, even choosing one or two to enjoy a few times a week can quietly help your body do what it already wants to do: repair, rebuild, renew. Because food isn't just fuel, it's medicine, it's memory, it's care, and every bite is a chance to say to your knees, your hips, your back, I'm here, I'm listening, let's keep going. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine waking up tomorrow morning. You swing your legs out of bed, you stand. Without bracing yourself, you walk across the room. No limping, no creaking, no hesitation. It's not a miracle. It's a quiet victory. Built not in a single day, but day by day, bite by bite, with small, loving choices. Because healing isn't loud, it doesn't always come with fireworks or fanfare. Sometimes, it comes with a warm bowl of soup, a handful of berries, a piece of soft tofu, a cup of broth gently sipped by the window. Your body is still listening, still responding, still capable of growth, no matter your age. Yes, your knees have carried you through decades. Your legs have walked the miles of your life. They've danced, run, worked, stumbled, knelt, and risen again. And maybe now, they're asking for a little help in return, a little nourishment, a little patience, a little faith. You don't need to overhaul your diet overnight. You don't need to count every calorie or memorize every nutrient. You just need to remember one simple thing: your body wants to heal. It just needs the right materials. And those materials, they're already in your kitchen. This is your invitation to care for yourself the way you once cared for others, to cook not just for hunger, but for strength. To eat not just to survive, but to move, to play, to live freely again. You've carried so much in your life. Now let your food carry you. If this message touched something in you, share it with someone you care about, a friend, a neighbor, a loved one who also walks a little slower these days. Let's remind each other, it's never too late to begin again, to rebuild, to nourish, to walk forward, stronger, steadier, and more hopeful than ever before.